Welcome to Decades of Horror, the classic era.
If I do not receive blood within 4 chronoctons of time, I will have no need of emotion.
This is episode 207, recorded June 30th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
I love how Daphne really sells it too.
I
No
know she
emotion.
did, man. I'm
Doesn't
like-
crack a smile.
Yay!
I don't
If you
need
could
to-
have flipped the glasses up and your eyes were white, I would have
Oh,
pooped
dang it.
myself, actually. So don't do that.
Okay, I won't do that.
And what's interesting to me is the two statements really don't flow.
Huh.
If I don't receive blood, I will have no need of emotion. I don't even know what that means. Is it
Well,
because
what is
they'll
a
be dead?
chronocton anyway? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
is this a desperate thing, or can we like do something for a while?
It might just be a screwed up speech recognition
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
subtitle. Okay.
Actually, I think he was maybe getting down on her because she was becoming too emotional.
Oh,
And then
okay.
so
Yeah.
she was like, yeah, I need
Yeah,
some
yeah.
blood.
Alien women, am I right?
I need some blood.
All right. I am your host, Jeff Mohr. On this podcast, we cover the good, the bad, maybe even the ugly horror films released since the beginning of time through 1969. In each episode, we'll discuss the monster, spirit, psychos, and villains that haunted movie-going audiences since the dawn of film history. With me this week are my incredible co-hosts. Chad Hunt is not here. He just last second piece of life reared its ugly head. But Daphne, who is awesome, stupendous, and likable as hell, is here. How you doing, Daphne?
I'm doing really good. Can I show this?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I got to figure out which direction I'm at. Okay, there.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent. And mine's right here, watching
Oh, there's
everything we do. And there's Bill's,
Just wearing.
Mine's at another location.
the third eye.
very cool.
Put your hat on,
Awesome.
and you can be a counterman on the
And-
Twilight Zone episode.
And of course, we should mention this was a gift from Doc. And look,
Yes.
it's even useful. You can hide your you can hide change and anything you want in there.
It's cash.
If I just, there was a day. Anyway,
You can hide your blood in there too.
Everything.
what else do we have? Oh, Doc Rotten is also with us. How you doing, Doc?
Good. How are you?
If it wasn't for Doc, none of us would be here. So thank you, Doc.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Who to blame?
last but not least, Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, all around nice guy, and published author.
Thank you.
And I forgot again to bring my book downstairs. Oh well, I will bring it.
That's right.
Yeah. So here we are.
Whew, yeah.
Four of us. Decades of Horror. The Fab Four. The Fantastic Four.
No.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
There you go.
That's good.
I'm going off. I'm just really going off track. Have you guys seen Hand of Death?
Yeah, the one where the monster looks like the Thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
With
Yeah,
John
is that-
Agar.
John Agar, yeah.
That's awesome. Anyway, I watched that.
It's not good.
The other day. Oh, but it was fun.
It is fun. It's fun.
All right, what are we doing? Oh, Decades of Horror and Gruesome Magazine partner with Play Now Media on several of their channels. And in fact, Decades of Horror, the classic era, is on the Classic Sci-Fi Movie Channel, the Classic Horror Movie Channel, and the Wicked Horror TV Channel. So you could catch us there. But we also have a promo code for them. So they're like a lot of free channels in that you can watch them or streaming channels. You can watch them for free, and you will get ads and miss out on some premium content. Or you can subscribe, and it's $6.99 a month or $50 for a year. And with our promo code, which is DOH60, DOH all caps 60, you will get 20% off your first payment. So if you subscribe on the monthly plan, you'll get $1.40 off your first month. But if you subscribe for the yearly plan, you will get $10 off your first year, and it'll only be $40 for a year, which is
They got a lot of cool movies too.
a pretty darn good deal. They do, and in fact, today's movie is on
Yes.
both of those channels, Decades of Horror, or Classic Sci-Fi Movie Channel and the Classic Horror Movie Channel. So in order to take advantage of that promo code, you need to subscribe via their website and be a first-time subscriber. Once you subscribe on the website, you can then download the apps to whatever other method you use to stream on your TV or whatever.
That's only $3.34 a month.
That's pretty cheap.
That's a bargain.
That's pretty cheap.
Deal. Steal.
All right. This is a spoiler podcast. So for the uninitiated, we should point out that these podcast shows are best appreciated after watching the film. We kind of do deep dives and talk about all kinds of weird little things, almost like a commentary track, but not while playing the movie. And just be warned, once we start talking monster movies, we don't know when to shut up.
Yep.
So there will be spoilers. On this podcast, we start with some basic details of the movie we're covering. I just left you up the whole time. Doc, you can
I was
switch
like,
that if I'm
makes me
forgetting.
nervous. I was like, should I be doing something?
Doc's just watching me make a fool of myself. Which happens a lot. All right. So yeah, we start with some basic details about the film. Then we go to first impressions, then taglines, and show some of the marketing for the movie, and take off down the road, talk about whatever interests us. So our movie this episode is Not of This Earth, 1957. There's Uncle Paul.
Yep.
Uncle Mr. Johnson sitting there. Directed by Roger Corman, written by Charles B. Griffith and Mark Hanna. The cast includes Beverly Garland, Paul Birch, Morgan Jones, William Roerick, Jonathan Hayes, Dick Miller, Anna Lee Carroll, and Roy Engel. Production company, Los Altos Productions, which was Corman. Filming location was in Los Angeles, in various locations, including the LAPD Hollywood Station and Griffith Park. Filming dates, it started filming June 7th, 1956, and I think Corman at that time was roughly 7 to 10 days for filming, that kind of thing. The budget is estimated to be $85,000 to $100,000. Domestic box office $1 million or $800,000 as a double bill. I don't understand any of this, but it was released as a double bill with Attack of the Killer Crabs. No, that's not right. Attack of the Crab Monsters. I always get that wrong, mixed up.
The important thing is, this is profit. This is major profit here.
It is. It is. In fact, I think there was a quote that they made 4 times the budget in the first week. Synopsis: an alien agent from the distant planet Davana is sent to Earth via a high-tech matter transporter. There, he terrorizes Southern California in an attempt to acquire blood for his dying race, the result of a devastating nuclear war.
Yep.
All righty. Well, this is Bill's pick.
Sure is.
So it is now time for first impression. Let's hear from Bill.
Well, my first impression would have to go way, way back, because this was a staple on Creature Features and Chiller Theater back in the day. I probably didn't have to wait more than a month or two to get the opportunity to watch Not of This Earth. And I watched it every time it came on. I've always, this is one of the first movies that really scared me. You know, if I think about, the movies I watched back then, I was a monster kid, but this one really got under my skin. And wow, it's just the simplest premise and the simplest execution. All we have is a guy with dark glasses. Occasionally we see that he's got white eyes, and they crinkle some saran wrap or something in the background. So that sounds to me like they must be radioactive eyes, and people scream and die. It's like, and it's a great double feature with Attack of the Crab Monsters, where so many scenes end with somebody dying. screaming, fade to black, and repeat as necessary. It's simple, it's stripped down, it's really effective. It's got that occasional Roger Corman, Charles Griffith weirdness that you didn't see coming, like the umbrella monster. Like, where did that come from? You know, I think I got a handle on this thing, and suddenly he takes out a little monster, helper, and moistens it and turns into an umbrella that flies off, and you're like, wow, it's great. It's got a
is that what he did? He moistened?
well, he did something with it.
Yeah.
Took
Took it out of the package in it.
Yeah. It's got that ambiguous ending so many of the movies did back then. It's the end, or is it? Yeah, and it still holds up. This is another one of those movies. Of course, I watched it so many times. This is no surprising. It has been quite a few years since I've seen it, but watching it again, I knew exactly what was going to happen. It's like, I think it's almost time for Dick Miller, and sure enough, it was. So I don't know. I love these things. I've always been a big fan of the Corman Griffith collaborations, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is, there's a reason why when Roger Corman died, everybody took note of it. This is just one of those ones. It made its money back. Every time he made one of these movies, he made enough to make 4 more, and by the time it was all over, the guy was 100 years old or so, and had just such a filmography behind him, and so many people that owed their careers to him.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it was fun making a Roger Corman movie, but we owe him so much, and this is just one of my favorites. This and Crab Monsters. It's amazing that they weren't a double feature, because those are probably my 2 favorite Corman movies. But this is the one. Crab Monsters didn't scare me; they were just too silly. But this one creeped me out. So,
all righty, thank you, Bill. Doc Rotten. When did you first see this, and what are your impressions?
Well, here's an interesting thing. I know about this film, and I've seen bits and pieces, but I never saw it all the way through until recently when I watched it for this episode. So it's the first time watching it, and I had a great time with it. Yeah, it's Corman. To me, it just sings Corman, and that whole late 50s kind of vibe to it. Low budget sci-fi kind of things going on. It's kind of hokey at times, but at the same time, it is a blast. Seeing Dick Miller break the 4th wall was a surprise. And seeing the guy from Little Shop of Horrors, whose name I forget already. We'll get to him as well. And that was so I had a great time. This makes me want to go and watch like a whole string of Corman, early Corman films.
Yes. Thank you, Doctor. And Daphne, how about you? Have you seen this before?
I don't think so. I'm kind of like Doc. I had heard of it, and I really like Roger Corman, but I don't think I've seen it. So it was really fun. I liked it a lot. I loved the beginning. I love the kind of jazzy kind of skull motif and the kind of black and white graphic design stuff. I love the end, which you guys have kind of mentioned already, and I also really appreciated the Cold War kind of vibe stuff that you could see going through it. And Dick Miller, awesome. I would always watch Dick Miller in anything. I was really excited about that we were going to watch another Corman movie. And I used to have this book, but I think I sold it during a tidy. But I don't know if you guys read it, How I Made 100 Movies That Hollywood Never Lost a Dime. Great stuff in it. So if you guys are interested in Corman at all, it's a fun read. I really also thought that Beverly, I'm spacing out on her name right now, did a great job. Yeah. Beverly Garland, she was awesome. I know we've talked about other things that she was in, but I can't remember right now. But what she always made me think of was My Three Sons, because that's where I think I first saw her first. But it's awesome to see her in the other roles that she does. She's always like a firecracker, super smart. And this was no different. So I thought it was so much fun. And I also want to go watch a bunch of Corman movies. I almost watched Attack of the Crab Monsters, but I just didn't have time.
I might have to do that. We've already covered that, right?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, we did. Thank you, Daphne. And yeah, this was not playing when I was growing up on TV in Iowa, at any rate. They didn't have that package. However, I can't remember when I first saw it, but I loved it. I loved the whole feel of Mr. Johnson and the dark glasses, and then his eyes are just disturbing. But there's also just some really crazy stuff going on here that makes and well, you get your standard, with Corman, you get your standard day for night shots, right? And the first thing I thought was dig those crazy eyeballs, I'm sure Paul Birch was not too happy with that. Beverly Garland, I thought her character was like unbelievably cheerful and unfazed in the base in the face of being surrounded by weirdos.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson and Jeremy, and then the doctor turns into a weirdo. Anytime you mention Mr. Johnson, all of a sudden, I think let's have something to eat. He changes the subject.
Don't talk about Mr. Johnson anymore.
Yeah, and then the logic, Mr. Johnson says, if my study fails, I must destroy the planet. Why? I don't know why that is. And Jeremy is such a creep. He's like, while Beverly Garland's getting dressed behind the whatever you call those dividers. There's a name for it, but that I can't think of it right now. He comes in, he's like sniffing around her nylons.
Literally.
And then comes over to the edge of the door. But what's really awesome is she backhands him from behind the barrier.
Yeah.
And he takes it like this is just something that happens every day.
Right.
Sure it does.
Yeah. Didn't face him at all.
Yeah, she likes me.
We had some Daphne, I'm just gonna because I kind of want to talk about this stuff. Daphne, we had some some wardrobe things. Bathing caps. Whatever happened to bathing caps?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I did actually used to wear one probably about 5 to 10 years ago when I used to spend a lot of money on my hair dyeing and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They're really hard to get.
I remember my mom having them.
Did they just discover a hair dye that didn't fade in chlorinated pools or something?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what happened, but out of style somehow.
And Dick Miller is a salesman, vacuum cleaner, door-to-door salesman. Not happening anymore, I don't think.
No.
And would you buy something from a salesman who wore a black jacket, black shirt, and white tie? He looked much more like a member of the gang that runs the gambling club, go ahead, Daphne.
Oh, I'm just going to say there's actually this quote from Dick Miller in the book. I won't read it all, but he said that Roger thought the character's name was Piper. Roger thought Piper would wear a suit and bow tie and have a pocket full of pencils and say politely, "Good afternoon, sir." So I show up in a black cashmere jacket and a black shirt, and Roger is still unsure of the image. He says, "You're not dressed." I say, "Hey, look, this is the way I dressed when I sold pots and pans in the Bronx for 2 weeks. Let me dress this way. You think a guy goes to college to sell vacuums?" I don't know. I just thought that was perfect. I can totally hear Dick Miller saying that. Yeah.
He reminded me of, he wasn't dressed that way, but he reminded me of a guy. When I was in high school, we did a UN trip, and we had some free time. And so 3 or 4 of us were walking down the street in New York. I think it was 42nd Street. And this guy jumps out from around the corner going, hey, I got to have money for a bus ride so I can get back to Fort Dix, New Jersey. I'm going to be AWOL. This guy had real long, slick back hair. even the gullible guys from Iowa knew that wasn't what was going on. We didn't have any money, but that's kind of how he was like, hey, you know. And he
So awesome.
And then the cop, we'll talk about him. That's sort of hot for Beverly Garland's character. He says, Johnson must be some kind of foreigner, huh?
Johnson.
I'm like, what an astute observation. He talks like a robot. And Bill, I expected you to say something about this.
What?
Because we just had this in the last movie. Caution, canine blood. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The blood they injected in the woman said it right on the tube. And we just had wolf blood injected in the the werewolf of London.
Yeah, rabid canine blood. These aliens are always so obnoxious. Like, we are superior, you are as tiny gnats. It's like, yeah, if I were on some other planet, I wouldn't just be injecting every little vial of blood that I came across and assume it'll be fine.
It was in the same cooler.
Yeah.
And then she takes her glasses off, sees her eyes, and goes, "Get an ophthalmologist."
I literally laughed out loud the second time I watched it when he said that.
The last little comment is, I felt like this was sort of a, he might have stole, William Castle might have stole part of this for the Tingler. If they would have just learned, if you screamed, it would save yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Scream for your lives.
That would have been a good one.
Was the mid movie warning from Vincent Price on the Tingler. All right, I'm done yakking about that stuff. So I just thought it was crazy.
I'm just wondering how this guy was going to destroy the world. He can't drive a car worth crap, but he's going to destroy the planet. Okay.
On your word or something like there was actually some kind of disturbing stuff in it when I was like paying it. It's like throwing people into the oven, and so it was, I could see being scared by this for sure. Mm-hmm. There was some disturbing things, and especially I remember being really freaked out by the threat of atomic war, and so with all those little things too, hit all the points.
Absolutely. I don't know. You guys tell me, Bill and Doc, if they had these when you were young. We had fallout shelters were all the rage, and we had nuclear
drills.
Atomic fallout drills and stuff.
Yeah, duck and cover. Get under your desk.
No, for us, we went out in the hallway and stuck our butt.
Oh, yeah. So you could all die together.
What's going to die first? Your butt.
They didn't bother telling you. We just want everybody all lined up so it's easy to clean up.
Yeah, it was a different time, but it's funny. The fears were irrational. I wasn't afraid of being roasted alive in the thermonuclear Holocaust. I was, it was more like, once that's over, the giant scorpions show up. The fleshy-headed mutants are going to come and try to take our women. If only.
Well, that was the movie. Scenario. Yeah, the movies. So anyway, crazy stuff. All right. Well, what do we do now? We have this thing.
that
we normally do called Taglines with Chad, as played by Doc Rotten.
Oh no! Yes. Are we ready to do this? Oh my gosh.
We are ready to do this.
Right.
Don't forget to do it the same positive attitude that Chad always brings to this.
I cannot step into Chad's shoes. I'm just going to have to do it like myself instead. All right. Taglines include, and I'm going to read them right here. Somewhere in this world stalks a thing that is Terrorama, double horror sensation, double bill, Attack of the Crab Monsters. All right. more deadly than Dracula, the screen's most terrifying vampire.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Well, there's blood.
I guess.
All right. We'll go with that. All right. Human victims for human blood, an experiment in horror to satisfy a desperate need never before known. A need that was not of this earth. Next one is, from outer space he came to destroy the people of this planet, leaving in his path of doom a trail of terror.
Alliterative phrases.
Yeah.
All right, back to some vampire stuff here. Vampire victims tortured by the screen's weirdest terror. With his gaze, he destroyed everything in his path.
Oh, wait, that makes it, yeah. That makes it sound like he's got like a
X-ray vision or something.
yeah.
Everything but. Human blood strengthened his existence and made him commit the greatest crimes. Crimes are going to be great. Sorry. What was that? Over there. All right, and finally, the diabolical power made its victims disappear without leaving the slightest trace.
Wow.
How does Chad do that every week?
After he threw him in the furnace,
Yeah. Wow.
he disappeared.
He's
Lord.
tidy.
And that's been Taglines with Chad.
Dad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
Or Doc.
You know, one thing that always I liked about this movie, I like the title. Not of This Earth is oddly poetic, and it's just got a nice vibe to it. You know, it makes it sound a bit classier than Attack of the Crab Monsters. Attack of the Crab Monsters is like so lurid and right in your face. And then Not of This Earth. Okay.
This island Earth, not of this earth. They kind of feel like
it's
tier of movie, even though they're not. The same tier.
They're not here. All right. Well, let's take a look at some posters that you might find some of these taglines on.
a great poster too.
Yeah.
It is. It's a wonderful poster.
The half-face scream is really good, and the hands. And I mean that, and then the monster. Now the monster looks like nothing that's actually in the movie, but
you can see how it morphs.
Yeah, use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
So it does have the Wilford Brimley mustache there, though.
Oh my god! Yeah, he looks like he's like.
I wonder if this is one of those posters that was done before the artists saw the movie at all, and they just said, "Yeah, there's a scene in there with a flying monster that kind of like flies around.
It grabs the earth in its
yeah."
But I do think the woman, it looks. I mean, I'd buy her as Beverly Garland.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I love the color choices too. It really pops. I like it.
Doc?
Things on the left, things on the right. Out.
And it comes in variations. So you could get the white border on the bottom, or the pink border or yellow border on the bottom. Who knows? All right. Well, that's the U.S. poster, and that has the "somewhere in this world" stocks a thing that is
not of this earth.
Earth.
Double echo there. All right. Well, this one. Il Vampiro del Pianeta Rosso.
Vampire of the Red Planet?
Yep. You got it. I kind of like I don't know what it has. Well, I guess that's the Red Planet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, the hands holding the vial of blood seem oddly random.
And you really have no idea what that is unless you watch the movie.
Yeah.
And Beverly Garland, who is decidedly self-sufficient is shown cowering with this.
Of course. Needs a big, strong
Police
man
officer.
to take care of her.
And then we have the German poster, Gesandter des Grauens.
Completely different
That's
woman,
very
but she's got the
creepy.
same pose.
Uh-huh.
They repainted-
Messenger of horror. And I love this.
I do like the guy in black with the
Mhm.
glowing eyes, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That reminds me of some other poster, and I can't think what it was. I'm thinking M.
Yeah, M had the hand.
Or maybe it's Spy versus Spy from Mad Max.
Yeah.
Boris Badenoch. I don't know.
It's going to be a little taller.
I was thinking, in German they had an alternate. The TV title was Die Außerirdischen. Aliens. Die Außerirdischen.
I like the emissary better.
Aliens. Well, that's coming up.
Okay,
There we go.
there we go.
Emissario de Otro Mundo.
So they really emphasize the flying monster, the non-existent flying monster,
Uh-huh.
and that's all cool and everything. And then they picked the dullest insert. It's just three people staring off at
Showing off the cast, I guess.
I guess.
I'm sure this was a lobby card, so they had like various versions of it.
I'm sure the woman who played the nurse was real excited. Look, I'm on the poster in the movie.
Yeah, we
for
get to
13
see more of
seconds.
her head in the U.S. version there of the lobby card.
Yeah, look at that. I like that. More of the crazy thing going on next to her.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think that does it for posters. But we mentioned a guy that was the force behind this, Roger Corman.
Roger Corman, and I could put up 1,000
Mm.
posters of his stuff. So whenever we do a Roger Corman movie, I was like, what did he do right around the time of this movie? And he
Yeah.
had not yet completely committed to the films that we tend to think of Roger Corman as doing, the horror, sci-fi, fantasy stuff and everything. He had some of that, certainly Undead, Attack of the Crab Monsters, but he was also doing stuff like Teenage Doll, Naked Paradise, Rock and Roll Girl, whatever. He was going for the youth market, and he had not yet decided, which was the way to go. And thank God he went with the genre stuff, because I haven't seen Naked Paradise or Teenage Doll, and I suspect they haven't held up quite as well as the others have. The music is of its time, and I'm sure, I'm 1,000% positive they didn't have like real popular musicians doing the music for the film, so you're not even getting some good 50s 60s music there. You're getting knockoffs. You're getting the K-Tel version. So but he was knocking them out fast, and they were all making money. I think in Roger Corman's history, the only movie he made that really lost money was The Invader. The one with William Shatner. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was.
Which I've never seen that, but I heard that it actually was a good movie.
It's
Yeah.
excellent. It's
Yeah.
excellent. But you can see why it didn't play so well in Southern
Mhm.
drive-ins.
Yeah.
And Shatner, who doesn't get much credit for being a good actor, is excellent in it.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
Yes, he is. We also did Bucket of Blood. Isn't that Corman?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that was starred Dick Miller. All right.
Yeah.
Corman did tons of stuff, man. Tons of stuff. I'm going to talk about one of them here in a minute. But I'm gonna
Look how
wait.
young he is there. Good God.
I know.
Thank you for
I have to
something.
like really look at him to see him. He's kind of mentioned this, but it's just so fun to watch his movies and then just think about the role that he played in the history of movies, not just B movies, but movies in general, the people that worked for him. Exactly what you said, Bill. People that worked for him, the movies he made, the people that had their first chance really doing things, working for him. Him just kind of being out there and talking about movies a lot and doing all, he just seemed like such a neat character. And I love that there's people like this that people sit around and talk about and appreciate, that make B movies or exploitation movies,
Well,
And
so many big names got their start with
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm glad he lived long enough to know that he was appreciated.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Francis Ford
Yeah.
Coppola had a hand in The Terror.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well, who didn't?
Mhm.
I think I'm the only person who didn't have a hand in The Terror.
You gotta think that, Jack Nicholson got us started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later in the Corman's career, James Cameron got us started. So
Yeah, crazy.
that's
So crazy.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's insane that those stretch of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Corman stopped directing movies in the early 70s. And you could argue that his greatest influence to us, of course, it's the movies,
Mhm.
but probably his greatest influence is when he became a producer,
Producer.
because that's when he was handing out opportunities
Mhm.
to everyone to
cool
take your shot, as long as they could do it within that very tight budget. And
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an icon. We could talk about his movies forever. I can't think of which all we've done. He has, the Attack of the Crab Monsters and Bucket of Blood, and I know there's other ones, but the list is so long it's hard to.
we'll get to all of them eventually, but it'll take a while.
100, right? At least 100, right? Is that the book?
Yeah. Yeah. And he was
he's a
at least
director
100.
for 56, but he's a producer on 500.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it's that much.
493. Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm looking at that now. That's crazy.
And I'd say of the 50, you said 56 that he directed, the majority of them are probably horror sci-fi, I think. I mean, he did westerns, and there's a western he made, one of his first movies, where Dick Miller, I think, plays 3 different characters, and in one scene actually kills himself.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
Tells the other character.
Yeah, he's a cowboy and he's firing, and then an Indian falls, and they were both Dick Miller. So
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Look at the wasp woman. We've got that one.
Hmm.
That's another one.
If
Have we done any Poe? I don't think we've done any Poe.
oh,
Mask of the Red Death or Haunted House.
we should do the Poe in sequential order.
We did
That's
the
a good idea.
comedy. The comedy.
You did the Raven, right?
Tales of Terror. We did. Oh, we did do the Raven,
Okay.
and we did do Tales of Terror, and then we did another one that's like that. What is it? Comedy of Terrors. But I don't think that's.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
Um,
You got Pit and the Pendulum, which is 61. That's the first.
yeah.
That's a great one.
Anyway.
No, House of Ushers before that. Sorry. I misspoke. House of Ushers in 60.
Oh, you're right.
I thought that was later. That's isn't that the one where Price has white hair or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we not done House of Ushers?
Pit
Pit and the Pendulum is just so good.
Premature burial.
Mm-hmm.
The Raven.
Haunted Palace.
I'm going to pick. Well, we're going to do X, the Man with X-ray eyes, something like Haunted Palace. Yeah, Tomb of Lygia. And then there's The Trip.
Yep.
And I did not know he was a director of Desaad. That was with Keir Dullea. I believe that might have been. Well, it says R on here, but I'm almost sure it was rated X. At 69, I was a 16-year-old theater usher, and it came to my theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed with the scenes where Keir Dullea spreads jam on the breasts of 2 young ladies he's in bed with. I'm sorry.
Boy, that is so the cleaned up version of Desaad. I mean,
it is.
Anything about the real guy spreading jams on people's breasts was not really.
Where you know what? I watched Bloody Mama the other night. Wow, the cast.
Oh yeah, the casts are amazing.
Shelley Winter plays Ma Barker, and then her young drug addict son is Robert De Niro. 1970. He's great. He runs around with his shirt off most of the time because he's a kind of a hillbilly. Who was he? Oh, Bruce Dern is in it. The homosexual or the lover of her homosexual son. And then Don Stroud, who everybody should know who that is, but you'd recognize him if you saw him in a ton of stuff. Anyway,
What's that movie you're talking about? I don't remember.
Bloody Mama.
Bloody Mama.
Bloody Mama.
And I watched it on something, I think Saturday. It just popped up.
I could always enjoy a good Shelley Winters movie, especially if she's playing something like that.
Oh, she's awesome. She's unbelievable. I think I'm off track enough. We got the co-writers are Charles Griffith and a character named Hannah,
who also did some stuff too. I should have made a separate
Mark Hannah
too, but I'm a big fan of Charles Griffith, and so is Quentin Tarantino. So I share that with him. He was a really good writer. Now the one sad thing about that, and that is him on top there holding the gun. He occasionally would act. He also directed a bit. Unfortunately, he and Corman eventually became estranged. Griffith was always a bit bitter that he was not given credit for kind of the success of Corman and everything, because so much of what we love about these films really is from the script. And when I think the real bitterness is when Corman started getting bigger budgets, one of the first things he did is find different writers. So when he started doing the Poe films, and Griffith is like, "Oh, this is going to be fun." It's like, we're going to get Richard Matheson. We're going to do it. It's like he kind of put Griffith in. You're the guy I go to make Attack of the Crab Monsters, and this is the guy I go to for this, stuff that's going to be in the art houses. I don't know if that was a deliberate thing on Corman's part, or maybe he was right.
Financially secure decision.
Yeah,
it was.
And then the other thing, and you got to give Griffith full credit for this. When suddenly Little Shop of Horrors was optioned and made into a hit musical and a hit movie and a hit this and a hit that, there was no intention whatsoever of giving him dime one for it. And that's really awful, because although I like the direction of Little Shop of Horrors, it's 100,000% the script that makes it what it is and makes it something that could be made into a big budget Broadway play and all. They didn't change a whole lot really, except add songs to the to the plot and the dialogue and everything. So I think he sued and got something. But his stuff is good. He's got a great comedic touch. And apparently he and Corman would butt heads on that too. He wanted to make Death Race 2000 a satire, and Corman just wanted a movie where people were going to get run over. And we got pretty much Griffith's view on it, and it worked.
Satires, yeah, it snuck through on that one.
Yeah, it snuck through. So yeah, I think you have these up there. It Conquered the World, Death Race 2000, Little Shop of Horrors, Attack of the Crab Monsters.
I think he did Undead, or there was a number that he did.
Bucket of Blood.
Bucket of Blood, yeah.
She Beast later on. And he also wrote the script for Eat My Dust. The Ron Howard, Warren Oates.
Now he tried his hand. I've read some interviews with him, and he's an enjoyable guy, but the bitterness does come through occasionally. And he figured he didn't really have a high opinion of Corman as a director, but then he tried directing some stuff too, and didn't work. It's probably not as easy as it looks to do a Corman movie.
So I want to mention Mark Hannah too, because he did a couple of things with Bird Eye Gordon, Amazing Colossal Man, and Attack the 50-Foot Woman. But as I was looking through his list, he did a movie. This is such a nostalgia thing for me. When I was a kid, I went to a movie called Raimi. And it was about a kid named Raimi who lived in Florida and always went on this pier and was always fishing off this pier. And he was trying to catch this legendary 6-foot barracuda. that everybody talked about named Big Mo. That's what the nickname was. And there's this little community of fishermen that hang around on the pier that are always, when he goes down the pier, then all these same guys are there. Anyway, I found that. I think it was on YouTube. I didn't realize this guy wrote it. It's not very good. It impressed the hell out of me when I was a kid because we went fishing all the time. And then in the end, what happens is he's fighting like hell. He wants to catch this thing, and all the grown-ups are laughing at him, saying it's all a legend anyway. It doesn't exist. And then he catches a fish. And then everybody's going nuts trying to reel it in and catch it and everything. And he gets tired after a while because it's a really long play, trying to play the fish in. And then the adults take over, and he starts thinking about it. He's talking with this old man who's kind of his mentor that's had a heart attack. And so now he's out there in a wheelchair and can't fish anymore. He decides, I don't want to catch this thing. So he sneaks over to the railing on the pier and reaches out and cuts the line. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was a really heartfelt moment. And the female star is Julie Adams, her mother.
Oh,
so, and she's in it, and John Agar. So it was a fun nostalgia. But I'm glad. I'm certain that nobody else cares anything about that. But
sure,
they do now.
It was fun. Somebody out there saw this. It was a 1960 movie, but I did not see it. I don't know when I saw it. I think I must have been about 10 when I saw it. So it would have been, 63 or something. It probably came around to the theaters like on one of those weekday summer things, All right.
Double feature with something else.
Yeah. So Mark Hanna was a partner with him on 2 or 3 movies, and then he kind of split off and was doing his own thing. And our star, Beverly Garland.
Showing some leg.
Yeah, and there she is in the middle. Just before she backhands Jeremy. Great. It happened so fast.
Yeah. And she wailed on him.
Yeah.
She hit him hard.
He smacked him pretty good. She is so cheerful and so positive, the whole thing until the very end. I'm just kind of like, you have the weirdest people all around you. Like, hey, the guy's paying me $200 a week.
Big money back then.
Yeah.
Well, she just seemed really confident.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like not intimidated by anything.
Oh, she knew how to deal with him when he came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have transfusion. No test. It was like the soup Nazi. No test. No testing. Okay, whatever you say. She was great. And I didn't realize you hit me up on this, Daphne. I forgot that she was in My Three Sons.
Yeah.
She marries Fred McMurray, right? And
yeah. It's the stepmother that lives.
Hey, just want to point out that $200 in 1957 would be $2,280 a week today. So yeah, I'll put up with a lot of nonsense for that kind of
$4,000 a year.
Yeah. Sure.
All I got to do is give him blood at night.
Whatever. I'll inject heroin for you.
And I got my own swimming pool.
Yeah. You're locking me in the room at the end of the night, but okay. I can do
right. You know what? If I'm making that much money, I want to be locked in my room.
That's a very good point.
Your Weasley little chauffeur is going to come in and try to steal it.
Yeah.
Who's
making $300 a night, $300 a week.
Where I come from, we don't sleep in insecure rooms.
This movie.
Just helping you out. So she's actually done a lot more of these things than I thought of.
Huh.
Yeah, she was kind of a scream queen for the time.
We did Alligator People.
We did.
Great one. She was really good in that. It Conquered the World, of course, another Corman.
Didn't you say you did Twice?
I've not done that. I talked about it one time. Somebody that we was in another movie was in Twice Told Tale.
He was going to do that, but then he realized that someone on the podcast is a demonophobiac. So
what?
Says there on the poster, no demonophobiacs admitted.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we need to be a little more descriptive of. So we've got open up posters of the Neanderthal Man, which she is in, Twice Told Tales, Alligator People, which is famously she sits on a crate that's marked atomic waste or something. I can't remember.
Yes.
It's got a great symbol on it. It conquered the world, and is it Grue-Crew? Beast
of the Amazon. Like nothing you've ever seen before, which apparently has now just been re-released on a Blu-ray, has never looked better. That was one of those movies I really thought was like missing, because all you could find were horrible gray market, dingy looking. I think the one I had, I thought it was in black and white, but I guess it was color. But I saw just recently, I forget who it was, if it was Severn or whoever it was, they've released a new version, and it looks chef's kiss, like it's been stored in a salt mine for the last however many years, and it just looks absolutely terrific. Is it a great movie? I don't know. I mean, the version I saw was so washed out and crappy that I was not impressed, but maybe that was just that version. Great poster.
Out by Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome. Okay, they're good.
Yep.
They are good.
Need to
add that to my cart. I gotta. She is. You know what? She is gorgeous in this movie. She really is. And I looked. She's like 30 years old when they filmed it. So I was looking at it going, she's probably like 24 or something. She just so fresh, and
she does have that it factor. She's she's just got that instant likability.
Yeah, she is charismatic for sure.
photograph.
And I could see why Daphne, you said she became a regular on My Three Sons, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I could see that she would be the kind of actress you would put on a show to get that vibe, to get that audience, the family-friendly situation comedy audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I actually watched a clip. She was the mother on The Scarecrow and Mrs. King. She was Kate Jackson's.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And I watched the clip, and she's like bringing the groceries in, and she's sort of the character, I assume, was sort of a train of the thought person, because Kate Jackson was trying to tell her something, and the mother kept interrupting her about stuff, like, oh, I think I forgot the vanilla. No, I saw the all right.
She was in a Western too that I think I remember us talking about. Was there any famous Westerns that she was in?
She's in some Westerns.
I feel like I remember one where she's shooting a gun a lot.
I'm talking. That's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay, sorry. That was a good one.
She was in a Western called The Gunslinger. And
now, isn't that Corman?
That's Corman, and it's Griffith and Hanna.
Oh, wow.
And after Corman did their script Gunslinger, somehow or another they got connected to Corman, and threw a bunch of scripts on his desk, and he pulled out the Gunslinger and said, "This is good." Well, then Griffith went to him and said, "Hey, why don't we do a science fiction movie?" And Corman was like, "Yeah, okay." Anyway, Gunslinger, Lord, is that bad? The script is absolutely terrible. It's to the point of being funny. I just watched it a couple of days ago because I saw this stuff in there, and I thought, oh, geez, then there it is, waiting for me. I forget what it was on. I think it might have been on Tubi, but John Ireland, Beverly Garland's husband, is the sheriff, and it's William Shallard. Shades of science fiction horror movies, and he gets killed right at the beginning of the movie, and she goes, "I need to avenge his death. I'll be the new sheriff." I'd rather be the sheriff.
just gonna be it.
She puts it out through the whole thing. She's shooting this Winchester rifle all the time. She never wants put it all the way up to her shoulder. It's like the stock is too long on it, so it's like tucked under her armpit. It's just crazy. And John Ireland is the bad guy gunslinger that the bad guys hired to come kill her. but then he meets her before he knows that's who he's supposed to kill, and likes her. So that's
Yeah, I'm not a big
terrible.
fan.
Dialogue is absolutely terrible.
I'm not a big fan of like Corman's westerns because it doesn't play up to any of his strengths, and it accentuates the weaknesses. Without the big monsters and the crazy ideas and the reaching beyond their grasp, you're left with just kind of cardboard characters in low budget. We're shooting fast, we're shooting quick. There's not a lot of time for any fanciness here. It's pretty stripped down. It's not too much fun.
The impression I got from Gunslinger was that they were on like a one-take schedule.
Yeah.
Take.
Because they didn't mess around. She did a bunch of stuff before that. But I felt like, the dialogue might have been able to be better if they'd done a couple extra takes.
Right.
Just like, and I think that was right. Was that 50? I'm in the wrong place now. I'm looking through her stuff. She did a ton of stuff. Oh, she was in Sudden Danger. All right. Enough. But she's
awesome.
Watchable, very good. Yeah.
You care about her. You care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She does bring that quality into the film, which helps.
Mm-hmm.
And she is fair with everybody. I mean, even the guy that she smacks in the face, they
had it coming.
They still have
Right.
She doesn't hold the grudge. Yeah.
And when he flirts with her, she kind of like.
He knows he's out of his league. Come on.
Yeah.
And Mr. Johnson, Paul Berg, who seems to like her quite a bit until he finds her bathing cap in the basement. Now he betrayed me. Anyway. Paul Berg, he apparently left this. I couldn't tell which scenes it was that some of the information said they had a stand-in at the end of the movie. I couldn't tell.
That's supposedly he was upset at these horrifying scleral lenses, which everyone hates them. Christopher Lee would not do Dracula movies because he had to wear those damn lenses. They're painful. They were made out of solid glass, probably thick as Coke bottles. You had to shove them in there. You could only wear them for a short amount of time, and he wanted to take them out. This is perfectly reasonable when they weren't needed. But Corman was like, hey, this is a Roger Corman joint. I may need to have you at any moment. And the 10 minutes it'll take you to put those back in your eyes is money. So apparently they had a big blow up and he left. And so the guy who we see at the end of the movie, the new emissary, filled in. But yeah, I can't really tell. But then,
I just figured that was a totally different guy walking.
Yeah. Me too.
Background with a briefcase, but yeah. Anyway,
the eyes looked great though.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they looked really good.
And then with that crackling sound in the back, it's that was the part that scared me. The idea that this, you meet somebody on the street and they have dark glasses. I mean, I used to, I'll be looking around like a lot of people with dark glasses, and they just flips it up, and there you are.
Burns through your brain.
Well.
Right.
In 1955, he was in The Million Eyes, so it shouldn't have surprised him.
Right.
Because there was some comment, too, about how he didn't like the shooting pace either. And he just basically said, I don't need this, and walked off.
Yeah. But other than Beast of the Million Eyes in this movie, I don't really know a whole lot of Paul Berg's stuff. So maybe he did need it.
Queen of Outer Space.
Oh, well, that's not a step up.
With Zsa Zsa. No, it's not. And Eric from Rawhide. Still favor.
If any of you out there are looking for some nice, easy cosplay that's not going to make you keel over in the Atlanta sun for Dragon Con, I think you could do worse than this. Get yourself a nice suit and a hat and some dark glasses and walk around. Don't expect anyone other than me to come running up and take your picture, but I'll do it.
But I'll warn you, don't be driving down the highway at breakneck speed and turn around shouting, "Look into my eyes."
Yeah.
You might have an accident. I don't know. But he was in some good flicks. He was in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Okay, that's good.
3 episodes of Have Gun Will Travel. 6 episodes of Wagon Train, all the these classic 13 episodes of The Fugitive.
Yeah, I can see that.
A lot of multiple. 5 episodes of The Virginian. Lots of repeats on Western throughout the 60s.
I doubt that he thought, though, that, you know, in his obituary, if they were going to put up a picture of anything, this is the one they'd put up.
Yeah.
Because it's fairly iconic.
Yeah. He died at the age of 57.
No, that's pretty young.
1969.
Hmm.
From lymphosarcoma.
Hmm.
And he's good in this. I think he plays it well. It's,
Yep.
This
doesn't have
really
to do a
bad.
lot of
He has a way of playing that monotone that sounds.
Yeah.
Somehow or another sounds real. I don't know how.
Well, and he looks like, you know, so many other people you'd see walking around on the street too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a,
It strikes me. Alien comes to Earth is like, I must blend in with the people, and like this is what you would do. They wear something on their head and glasses, which works out perfectly given my horrifying radioactive eyes, and I'll have a suit. I don't know what this tie does, and just walk around like, look at me, I am a human.
I must have blood.
Yeah. Hello, fellow humans. I require sustenance. Here is some paper.
It was so funny when he was talking to the doctor, and the doctor's like, I ain't giving you nothing without the blood test. And he finally goes, oh, I must have this anywhere. Okay. Then he does the eye thing, and he's like, you will not talk about this to anybody. So anytime somebody else mentions Mr. Johnson's name, he starts like real nervous, changes the subject.
Does a good job at that too. I mean,
yeah.
Really, especially when he gets all irate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so angry?
And then he grabs those 3 bums off the street.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he's supposed to be a Chinese. He's played by Harold Fong. He's billed as the specimen.
Mm-hmm.
Which he calls the subhuman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a little cringe going on.
Pretty problematic, Mr. Alien. I'm glad your whole planet's dying in nuclear holocaust.
All right. Well, then we have good old Jonathan Hayes.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I would get Jonathan Hayes and Dick Miller mixed up a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
You know, because
Well,
I just had
I can see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the longest time I thought it was Dick Miller in Little Shop of Horrors.
Seymour.
I get mixed up. I think he's the same guy from Jaws that the
mayor?
the deputy.
Oh,
Totally 2 different people, but to me,
Right.
it's the same. Some reason I thought he was the same person forever.
yeah. He's Mr. Johnson has hired him to. I don't know.
Yeah. Watch the basement.
I told you not to drive and you learned how.
Yeah, he's perfect. He's an ex-con. He minds his own business. It's like he's getting paid serious bank in 1957. This is more money than he's ever honestly earned in his life.
Right. He didn't have to steal it.
And he's got repertoire. He's in also All Top of Horrors. Bloodbath.
One day we'll have to do bloodbaths just so I can go through that whole article I wrote for Gruesome magazine, because that's just the most amazing story how that movie got to be made. It's just oh my god. Yeah.
Have we not done any of these 4?
We have done we have not.
Well,
X the man with X-rayed eyes is on my want list. I just haven't. So here's what happened. Everything else is 50s and 60s movies. So when I come around to pick, I feel like we got to have something besides 50s, 60s movies. I picked something 30s and 40s, so I never get 50s and 60s movies.
Well, sounds to me like that's your own fault right there.
I wasn't. I guess I was kind of blaming it on you guys. It's my fault.
I'm gonna have to look up that bloodbath article.
Oh, it's a trip. There's like
1960.
It's 19 everything. That movie has such a weird origin and has so many.
That's not the one
movies in
directed
it.
by Dan O'Banion?
No.
No. Huh. You know, there's a lot of movies called Bloodbath.
Yeah.
I will have to look that article up. I remember watching The Terror when I was younger and being really, really
confused. Yeah.
And confused. And that's probably why I was bored. But I should watch it again.
Oh, here's the thing with Corman. Not all of his movies are good. And some of them are bad in an interesting enough way that they're still watchable. The Terror is interesting mostly just that it exists, because it shouldn't exist. The story of that movie is just so bafflingly weird. That is no way to make a movie, and yet they did. And it's got Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson and all that. So as a film that you read about and think about and talk about, it's great. As a film you watch, well.
I know you want to know it for the history because it was tacked on to the end of The Raven. So.
Yeah.
Basically, they had Karloff for a couple more days, so they went ahead and made another movie.
Yeah.
Without much of a script, they just filmed a bunch of stuff and then made the movie around it.
I remember that.
And then it was terrible and didn't do great, but then later on, Corman gave Peter Bogdanovich the opportunity to direct a movie, and about the only thing he said was, "You got to use a whole bunch of stuff from The Terror." And he did Targets, which is brilliant, great movie. So it's just the genesis of some of these things is so odd.
All right, William Roerick.
Memorable death.
Who's the doctor here? Yes. He's the umbrella monster thing. It reminds me of Yokai Monsters, doesn't it?
That was
It could be, for sure.
That was so strange, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It just kind of comes right through the wall, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah, and it's such a Rube Goldberg kind of thing to me. This guy has radioactive eyes, and he can make you do things just by telling you, do things. Go walk in traffic or something. But no, he's got to take out his little freeze-dried umbrella monster. Don't leave home without it.
Right.
Do we know what happened to the monster after the scene?
No. Do we know how how did the monster even know where this guy was? Don't know. And that was created by Paul Blaisdell.
I did like the touch of the blood coming out from underneath the umbrella.
That was
yeah.
It's like, what's happening under there?
Which was a probably pretty big deal back in '57 to show any blood at all, much less a pool of blood. What's it doing to him? Is it
exactly?
My God. It's got the Paul Blaisdell touch. It's elaborate, silly, but cool and very imaginative. And he was a special effects guy. He made these monsters. They were often ill-used, like the silly-looking carrot monster there looks great if it's filmed in the shadows, which is what he was told it was going to be entirely filmed as. And when you see the movie, nope, comes walking out in the harsh light of day, and you get to see it about 3 feet tall and kind of silly-looking. It's no way it's going to conquer the world. It's not going to conquer anything. It couldn't walk up a flight of stairs if it tried.
So it looks like that umbrella thing. Doesn't that look like? So you got like this umbrella looking thing, but then it looks like they set like a lobster on top of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got claws.
That part. There's one shot, and I can't find a picture that has that. But when it first opens up, it literally looks like that's a big mustache there underneath a bulb. So it kind of turns.
Oh no.
Probably just me, but anyway, claws and multi-legs and
lots of stuff to add the invisible thread to, and
cool stuff.
It's very neat. That's him on the second to last shot with the Venusian, and it's also him in the middle from, I think, Ghost of Dragstrip Hollow, where he is wearing one of the costumes. I think the she creature. I think he's wearing the she creature costume he created, and it turns out it was him all along trying to scare a bunch of teenagers.
Did Scooby do it?
Yeah, they Scooby did it. And one of the things I love about Paul Blaisdell Besides that, I mean, okay, the invasion of the Saucermen, that's when people say bug-eyed monsters from Mars, that's what we think of. He created that thing.
Yeah. So
He was a genius. Not just that he made stuff out of, God knows, upholstery, and latex, nothing. But he used himself to sculpt the costumes so that when it was time to hire someone to actually wear the costume, he was not a very tall fellow. He was rather short and pretty thin. And about the only person who could fit in those costumes was, you guessed it, Paul Blaisdell. And they had to hire him to wear the costume, which is good because they paid him jack crap for these things and really treated him like garbage.
What was the invasion of the Saucermen? Were they poisoned by alcohol or something?
They had their hands would come out with little needles, and it would inject alcohol into you.
Yeah, that was great. That's a great movie. Well, this is from It, the Terror from Outer Space.
Now, that was the one time he didn't make a costume to fit himself because it was going to be played by a ex-linebacker or something. But unfortunately, the mask did not fit.
Yeah.
And so he had to the guy had to stick his jaw, his chin out of the monster's mouth, which they
I picked a picture that doesn't show that.
That's fine. It's a great movie anyway.
But I never thought that's what it was until I read that that's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was like some weird tongue sticking out or something.
It's just Jim.
Other than that, it's great. It's
stuff.
Nice.
That's the way William wrote it.
Yeah.
He
was a solid guy.
Demise.
Yeah, it's a gruesome demise.
The Wasp Woman, that's pretty much the
only other genre stuff that
he was in God Told Me To.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one.
And that's the Particle, or no, never mind. I thought it said the Particle Man, but it's Particular Man.
Oh, Particle Man, Particle Man.
That's classic. Yeah.
Love it.
The Don Knotts thing, right? All right. And then the Everett.
Yay!
Miller.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Looks like a sham just walking right in.
Yeah, you just. What? Get out of here. I don't want it. Go away. What? You'll do a demonstration. Seller?
The seller.
The guy's great.
To my seller.
And that double take that breaks the fourth wall.
Oh, so
I'm surprised Corman let that in.
I know.
Because it's really the only one real bit of comedy in this movie. But it was great.
Yeah, it's so over the top. It does feel out of place. It's so over the top and wacky, but I love it.
It feels
so
out of place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he like I thought it was great, or if he just thought, I don't want. If I have to shoot this again, that's going to cost money.
No, I would think of it as anybody else other than Dick Miller. You probably wouldn't.
Well, I did read that he was supposed to be in the script. He was a Fuller Brush man, and he changed it to this, and he rewrote. Pretty much.
So
you wrote it. Okay, good for him.
Jeff, you might be old enough to answer this question. What exactly the Fuller Brush thing? What is it? They sold you brushes. What were we supposed to do with the brushes? For what? For brushing?
Well, think about it. If you've seen old movies, I don't know how they do it now, but people are always like brushing down their suit. They wear suits every friggin' day, even to the ballpark. So. How do you keep them clean? They can't run to the dry cleaners every time. They brush their suits down. And I think any kind of brush you could think of, probably not toothbrushes.
Hairbrushes.
I don't know. Good question. I should look that up.
Was the weather different back then? Because I can't imagine anyone wearing a suit the last week or so here in North Carolina.
No.
I'll tell you that.
No. I mean, you look at pictures of baseball games in the early 50s and before, everybody in the stands is wearing a suit.
They must have been miserable.
And a hat. Everybody.
That's great.
And watch old movies. Everybody wears a suit and a hat.
Yep.
All the time.
We've lost our passion with hats. Except
Yeah, I
for the
like his hat. I wish I had a hat like Mr. Johnson. That was a cool hat.
Hmm.
And Dick Miller, where have we seen him? Well,
Oh, where haven't we
Everything.
seen?
How many films? 3? No. How many films did he do?
I really enjoyed the documentary about him.
that's
Yeah,
like,
Dick
was
Miller.
fun.
it is
Yeah.
good. There's some heart tug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
saw him at a convention. I didn't get the chance to go talk to him. I was going to, but he was so old at that point. This was just a few years, I think, before he passed.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go to these conventions and you see people that are just so old that you feel bad. Like the last time I saw Stan Lee, it's like, this guy's a multi-gazillionaire. I feel terrible for him. He looked like he was just being propped up there. And yeah. But boy, he just made so much great stuff. For those at home, we've got Chopping Mall, The Terminator, where it's a small role, but it's memorable.
Yes.
Gremlins, of course, and Gremlins 2, The Howling, Piranha, and The Terror. The aforementioned The Terror.
We have also done, I don't know, I made a list, but I left the pad out in another place. But we've done Bucket of Blood, Chopping Mall, Gremlins, Piranha. There's another one from that time period. Anyway, I think this was the 7th one that we've done that he was in. But look at these guys. Okay, here's a trivia question for you. Who had more credits, Dick Miller or Beverly Garland?
Dick Miller.
I would think Dick Miller.
You would
That's what I would
guess that,
guess,
right?
too.
Beverly Garland has 199. Dick Miller had 185.
Wow.
That's pretty
Would
close.
not have thought that, but congratulations.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both. I mean, that's pretty much of the same level. But that's those are working.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Fun things to be around. All right.
The kind of people who are great to interview because you're never going to run out of things to talk about.
Mhm.
And I think the last one that we have here is Morgan Jones, who is the police officer who's got a thing for
Nadine.
Miss Story.
Here lies the man who was not
This-
So yeah, go ahead.
No, I like to know the story. Where'd they get that tombstone? Because that seems like a kind of pricey thing, a pricey prop, but maybe it's just fake.
It's just cardboard sprayed with
Ah,
some textured something, don't you think?
Yeah.
Or maybe plastic. But
it's nice that they gave him a tombstone and everything. You know?
Yeah. That's
No, and here lies an alien is basically what
Right.
it's right.
there's a man who was not of this earth.
Yeah, you would think the FBI and the CIA would be interested in that corpse, but
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
The other guy I wanted to bring up, which I don't have any pictures of, but he's one of those, another guy. This guy has the most credits. Roy Angle, who played the desk sergeant in the police station.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah, he's the mayor in Kingdom of the Spiders with Shatner, but he's also in a remake of M from 1951 that stars Patrick Wayne.
Huh.
He's in The Man from Planet X.
Okay, that's a good one.
He's in the serial Zombies of the Stratosphere.
Nice.
So anyway, this guy is a guy that you will recognize. Another guy I will say you'll recognize. He was in Silent Running. Just a voice. He was just a voice in Silent Running.
If you do a good job playing, say, a desk sergeant or something, the 50s offered a lot of opportunities. That's not going to be a big role. It's only going to take a day to shoot, but they were probably making 5 or 6 movies a week that had a desk sergeant role in it. So, you could probably make a living doing those little, you're consistently good. He plays a good drunk. Okay, well.
I love this stuff though. He's in 5 episodes of Have Gun Will Travel. Have Gun Will Travel. He played a bartender, a piano thief, a barber, and a townsman.
Yeah.
People just not pay attention watching these shows. Did they not realize that?
If you look at Murder, She Wrote, there were
Yeah.
like the major guest star, the guy who commits the murder.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Ian Ogilvy was on it every year playing a different murderer because he and Angela liked each other. They got along real well. He shows up on time. He's never drunk. So yeah, apparently he kills a lot of people under different aliases.
He was in 8 episodes of The Sheriff of Cochise, which only had
7 episodes. So where did
79 episodes. So he was in 10% of the episodes and played a different character all 8 times. It's just too funny.
Cochise was a small town.
He's a deputy this, deputy that. Anyway, all right. Got my little character actor in there.
I think Western shows were like the police procedurals of today.
Yes, they were.
They got a constant churn. You got to bring in a whole bunch of people to either be the murderer or get killed. Every week we got to have a bunch of victims and a killer. So if you're a working actor in Hollywood, you'll get your shot.
Yeah, they managed to quite a lot of them were 30 minutes. Strangely, like Have Gun Will Travel.
What was the
30 minutes? What's the I was 30 minutes.
Wasn't the Rifleman 30 minutes?
Yes.
Was it branded?
30
30 minutes?
Seems like it. I don't remember, but
that seems like such a short period of time to be able to tell a good story. But
well, and also you got to remember that 30-minute show had 25 minutes of content back then. It's closer to 20 now.
So I remember watching Chuck Connors is the Rifleman on reruns growing up.
That's a guy there.
The others.
The Marshal Micah, Paul Fix, he's in tons of stuff. Everything you can think of. He's in westerns. He's in film noir. He's everywhere. Another one of those guys. All right. Enough of that. Here's a review that says from a guy named Jeff Andrew that says low budget and little reason for regret when the often tacky effects are surrounded by so much imagination, good humor, and sheer joy in filmmaking as here.
Yeah, that's not too far off because there is a Oritas film that is just pure imagination. It may not have a lot of quality that you think of in Hollywood films, but it has that
extortion, and they make it pretty cheaply, but his communication with back home is they just got a little trapezoidal box that is apparently like the phone. He calls the phone and then the doors open and this thing's in the closet. He sees the guy talking to him. Telepath.
Oh yeah, the alien. That was from. You're the most unconvincing alien from another world I've ever seen. Well, maybe not. There might be another one.
I like the fact that they're talking big things. We have an alien invasion, a planet that is being destroyed by nuclear war, but we're only told about it. It's not like this island Earth where we actually get to see Metaluna falling apart. They're just, oh God, what's it like back on planet whatever it was. It was like, it's awful. You just can't believe it. I wish I could show you.
There was I wanted to bring this up before. I thought the graphics for the intro credits was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean it was pretty low rent animation or something, but I thought they were very cool.
Wasn't Attack of the Crab Monsters like that too, where they did some interesting graphics?
May well be.
It might have been because I feel like it was something that kind of gave me vibes of other movies. I was trying to think, is it Night of the Living Dead? No, but maybe it was Attack of the Crab Monster. I really liked the beginning. I liked it a lot.
Or if they had somebody on staff, they could do all that.
Yeah, we started out with the boy and the girl and the.
I'm hip.
Well, don't be a drag. You know how you flipped me. So there's a lot of great lines here. And apparently there was a prologue in the one version. They added like 3 minutes in one version where they just took one of these early scenes and repeated it 3 times.
Yes, they did that a lot. That's how I remember seeing it on Channel 5 and Channel 11. They did that a lot because these movies were a lot of times only about an hour long. and they're trying to fit it into a 90-minute slot. And there's only so many commercials they could legally show, I think. So they would sometimes take a section, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I feel like it was either Dick Miller or the Drunks or something. It was a scene where somebody is killed. On top of already we've got the young couple. So yeah, that would happen. That would happen quite a bit in some of these
With
films.
the eyeballs. Well, there was a prologue, and tell me what this sounds like to you, or at least it does to me. You are about to adventure into the dimension of the impossible. To enter this realm, you must set time free from earthly fetters. If the events you are about to witness are unbelievable, it is only because your imagination is chained. Sit back, relax, and believe, so that you may cross the brink of time and space.
We control the
Into-
vertical. We control the horizontal.
Sometimes in your dreams. Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Outer Limits. Yeah.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
Anyway, all right. So that's it for Not of This Earth. Any final comments? Good pick, Bill. I'm glad you.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm really dismayed that I could not, as far as I can tell, this is not available in Blu-ray.
Yeah. If you have not watched Corman films, start here. Just grab this one.
It's a good one.
Start.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get an idea. And
Don't
then-
start with the gunslinger.
No, and then from here it gets crazy. So this is compared to a lot of stuff.
I was trying to watch it thinking about Corman directing it, like to see if there were certain things with direction. And he did a couple of cool things with how he moved the camera, like the bathing cap scene. He kind of zoomed in on it, to say, "Oh, look, she forgot something." But there was just a couple of things he did, and I was like, interesting. Because I think you're right. I think of him more as a producer. I don't know if I watch it thinking, "Oh yeah, Corman directed this," to try kind of get some feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little workman, like compared to other directors
Mhm.
it would hire later, but
I think
sometimes
when you see like some of the later ones, Mask of the Red Death and everything,
Yes.
I mean, he actually could direct really well and do
Mhm.
some good stuff. He was okay. Two minds here. He was somewhat hampered by the desire to make these as quickly and cheaply as possible, but making them quick and cheap is what made it possible for him to make more of them.
Mhm.
These early ones, Monster on the Ocean Floor, all of these could have been his last film. If any of them had bombed, he would have lost his shirt and probably not been able to convince anyone else to give him money. So the fact that every movie he made early on were very, very cheap and brought back a considerable profit, but not a lot of money necessarily because they were very cheap. But he was able to, make more and more. And every film that went on cost a little bit more and brought a little bit more in. So you're seeing him kind of build up. But yeah, I think
over time he learned the trade. I mean, you kind of feel like he knew what he was doing, but
Mhm.
doing, you learn by doing, right, Bill? So
he kind of did on his own what he did for others later on, which is,
Mhm.
give them an opportunity. Here's a ridiculously low sum of money, but you'll get to make a movie. And if anyone who's been in the indie film business, if someone came and handed us a pittance of what they spend on the craft service table for F1 or any movie out there, we'd be, "Thank you, sir, thank you," and they'd be laughing at us because it's like tossing us dimes or something. But yeah, that opportunity is something that doesn't come for everyone, and so you grab it when you can, and that's what he did. Did he take advantage of those people? You could make that argument, but they grabbed it with both hands, and if they hadn't, there was a whole line of people behind him who would have.
and I would wager that other people would have taken more advantage of them than he ever tried.
There was a sort of remake of this movie done by Jim Wynorski in
The
Yes.
1988.
Lord one? Yeah,
Which
Tracy
starred
Lord.
Tracy Lords as the nurse.
That was her
Okay.
first, I think her first straight role.
An actor named Arthur Roberts, who I recognize. I'm having a hard time thinking of something he was in. Plays Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
And there's a Jeremy too. I watched this at some point, but I don't remember anything about it. Kelly Maroney plays a nurse in it. So.
It's not horrible, but it's not this.
No.
No, it's not there.
All right, let's move on to feedback. We're long past.
Lots of feedback.
Some, yeah. I wanted to do this one first because a couple episodes ago, Santos de Castillo said, "Hey, have you guys seen Deluge from 1933? Considered possibly the first natural disaster film. It would be interesting listening to our tape." So I found this.
Ooh, found it?
What a good movie.
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's actually, I would say it's the first apocalyptic movie, because
Really?
it's not like a natural disaster where there's like an earthquake or a volcano in a certain location. It's like the entire country is like underwater, except some, and they give all different aspects of what that would be like. There's a guy stranded, trying to save somebody, and so he couldn't get back to his family, and he's living all by himself in this shack on a shore. Some woman swims up, and they start kind of living together. Then, not too far away, there's a band of bandits who have grouped together, and they try to kidnap her and have their way with her. Remember, this is 1933, pre.
Yeah.
And then there are cities that have more or less coming back in like the city, and somehow or another they end up finding their way back there. But anyway, I found that to be a really good flick.
And good effects too. I think you've probably seen the effects in a lot of other movies, because they took the scenes of the deluge and would stick it into any film that they could fit it into.
And I don't remember where I found it.
Oh, just going to ask you that.
I was just looking. The Corman film "The Intruder" with William Shatner is on Canopy right now.
Okay. Good to know. I love Canopy.
I might have watched it on. All right, so I just wanted to bring that back, and that would be kind of it's not a typical horror movie, but it is, horrific situations. So I don't know.
It looks like it's on Deluge is on Internet Archive.
Maybe that's where I saw it. I saw it somewhere. Might be on YouTube too.
I bet it is. If it's on Internet Archive, it's on YouTube.
It's on Canopy as well. That's where I watched it.
Okay.
All right. I did this one, which we had a little trouble figuring out, and if I kind of figure this person does not listen to the podcast, but maybe they do. Senna 4281 on Quatermass and the Pit, episode 93, says, "Should try playing the movie instead of so much talk puts of this channel."
Hey, it's the talk puts of this channel that makes us what we are.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly. It might be supposed to be off. So much talk puts off this channel. I don't know. We didn't give it. I kind of didn't like it, and that's okay. There's other ones to do out there.
You don't want to play the movie. You want to talk about the movie.
Now, I will agree that watching that movie, Quatermass and the Pit, is probably preferable to listening to us talk about it. So if you haven't seen the movie, of course, go watch it. It's one of the best. But
I should look at that, because that could be one where we didn't put I always put review in front of the title. The movie.
So they thought they were going to get Barbara Shelley.
Well, I don't know. They
got me. Well, no wonder they're angry.
Okay. Also on episode 157 on Gorgo, Daphne, could you take this from Arm Tube U?
Arm Tube U. I like that. I hope you don't mind a short plug for the Little Shop of Horrors, number 52, summer 2025. Gorgo, 15 chapters on the Kaczynski King brothers, 15 chapters on the making of Gorgo, plus other Gorgo articles. Sorry. Right now, June 2025, around 150,000 words, 300 to 400 images, at least 200 pages.
Wow.
Okay, now I went and checked Dick's Facebook page for Little Shop of Horrors, and the post says, hopefully this issue will be out in July or August and will be 300 pages long. with something like 650 images and pieces of art, virtually no common stills. Almost everything is new, rare, and never seen before. Behind the scenes shots that will knock your socks off. Looking to retail at $39 plus shipping. Watch this space for your next. And I forgot, here's an image he had of the.
Look at that. That is gorgeous.
I assume that's the cover art, although I'm not sure.
They always have such good art. Always have such good art. Yeah.
Front back cover art and inside front back cover art. Is awesome. And our friend Alistair Hughes does a lot of artwork for him.
Is Anthony McKay the name of the artist?
I believe so. Well, that might be the guy who did the stuff on the Kaczynski brothers. I'm not sure. I feel bad now for that. I should know that.
That's a great cover. Yeah. Well, Little Shop of Horrors, every issue is worth getting.
I don't remember if Dick did that, and he's done some episodes with us, like Bride of Dracula, The Lost Continent.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, they're great. I mean, the thing about that magazine is if you love the movie they're covering, then absolutely it's essential. And if you don't love the movie, get it anyway, because you'll probably end up really appreciating something you hadn't appreciated as much before.
I don't know if this one is, but usually it's 8-point font. So I usually buy the electronic version so I can zoom it on my page. All right. So there's
you can go back to it multiple times. And if you're researching something, it's got so much information.
And this is close to the end. I think Dick is he's saying, and I think he's saying 2 more issues. I'm not sure if this was one of the 2 or if there's 2 more after this. A lot of work. His sister does all the layout and the editing and stuff, I think. So it's a kind of a family thing. All right. Episode 206, Werewolf of London. Bill, I guess.
Jose says of Werewolf of London, this is an interesting early werewolf film. I saw it when I was in middle school late one night. The image of Olin's werewolf sinisterly peering over the rocks was burned into my memory. It's not a great movie, but an interesting piece of lore in werewolf filmdom. The film hasn't been treated on home video releases very well, unfortunately. I have the Universal Legacy box set, and that film isn't in great shape. The Blu-ray version isn't much better. I have to admit, I love the drunken landlady, a character straight from Characterville.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jose, you're so good at that. I am not that picky about the the visual quality. Like I watch Perry Mason on a 74-inch TV screen. I think it looks fine, and then when I stand up and look at it, it's like, oh, it's so pixelated and grainy and ridiculous. But hey,
Jose knows a lot about sound too, doesn't he?
He does. Sound and the video. He really knows all the details behind it. So. All right, and the last one. Oh, sorry, Doc, I left you with. And sorry, Daphne, I didn't mean to I went and read the second paragraph of that.
It's okay. Happy you did.
Wells made a comment in our Facebook page. You want to read that, Doc?
Are we doing Scott Wells or are we doing somebody else? I'm sorry.
Scott Wells.
Well, because Scott Wells says, Cammy has a crush on Dr. Glendon. See image on screen.
Yeah. So,
aw, Cammy.
There's his dog, Cammy, engrossed in the werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
With the werewolf.
I like Fuzzy Man.
Oh, so cute.
He's like a dog with opposable thumbs.
My dreamboat.
I know.
So thanks to Scott. Hey, Arm Tube U, hey, give us more scoop on this stuff. I appreciate that. Senna, 421, and Santos.
Yeah.
We're digging the idea of the deluge. So appreciate your comments. There's plenty of ways to make comments. the best way is to send feedback or to make comments on the Gruesome Magazine YouTube channel, but you can also send an email to feedback@gruesomemagazine.com or make a comment on the Gruesome Magazine HNRDOH podcast Facebook group. Here, there, and everywhere. All right. Next up, Grue Believers. That's it for this episode, but every 2 weeks we'll be focusing on Pacific film release between 1920 and 1969. Next up, chosen by Chad, is The Monolith Monsters from 1957. And this has been one we've talked about quite a bit. Chad picked it, and then I got a text from Michael Steinberg saying, "Hey, have you guys done? Could you guys do The Monolith Monster? Can I join you?" And I said, "Absolutely." So Michael, and Michael is our contact at Play Now Media. So,
Oh, cool.
he tried to join us for our 100th episode of Frankenstein, but we had some issues. We had some technical issues, but I'm sure that's taken care of. So The Monolith Monster, so cool. Somebody else mentioned it to me. I think Gregory Crosby mentioned it to me.
It's come up a few
Recently.
times in the years.
Yeah. It's one of the lesser known, but it does stick. It was such an unusual concept that it kind of stuck in the mind when you saw it as a kid.
And has the same star as The Incredible Shrinking Man.
This is true.
All right. Yakety yakety yak. I hope this turned out since our last 80s episode. So, don't jinx it. Thanks to all the Grue Believers if you stuck with us all this time. Chad will return, I know, at least for the Monolith Monsters.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We
also have a Patreon group that for just a few dollars a month, you can get Decades of Horror earlier, like a day or two after we record it, instead of 10 days to 2 weeks later when it goes public.
And Kolchak.
And Kolchak.
And all sorts of other cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bill and Doc, you guys did that one on
Oh, yeah.
2000.
Carolina Scares, right? Or Carolina.
Yes.
Oh, the Fear Fest. Yeah. Yeah. Good time.
All right. Well, thanks, Doc, Bill, Daphne. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great seeing everybody.
Yes.
Say good night.
Good night.
Bye.